Well, good morning, everybody. This is Uncle Randy, and this is the next Taste on Tour for the Distillery Channel and our Facebook group called the Craft Beverage and Culinary Tour. Yeah, it's a great group. It's growing every day, and we want to introduce Mr. Don Hardy of a great Facebook group that's in the Chicagoland area. Standing in the background is our Rob in the rear view, and he is in the rear view right now. We're just going to leave him there, Don. It's a beautiful thing. So anyway, Don, good afternoon. How you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. Nice
Good.
to join you here.
Yeah, well, welcome to our group. We want to hear about your group, but Rob, I want you to, you're the one that brought Don to the group, and tell us about the Craft Beverage and Culinary Tour, what you're trying to do, and why Don is here today.
Yeah, well, great. We started the Craft Beverage and Culinary Tours to help support small businesses, the craft beverage industry, independently owned restaurants, to somehow make it through COVID. And now that we're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and we're here to try and open up when America opens up again, tell everybody about a great breweries, wineries, distilleries, restaurants, and encourage them to visit them in whatever means they can. Right now, if it's just pick up curb service or ordering online, still we encourage you to patronize, great businesses, because small business is the heartbeat of America. So being that I am not a beer expert, I wanted to have a guy in the Chicagoland area, and Don Hardy's the perfect guy. He knows all there is to know about the breweries in the Chicagoland area. And I thought he would be a great one to introduce to the group and encourage our members to also join his group, the Real Beer Hounds, because we focus on, wine and bourbons and beer also. But the real hardcore beer lovers, you should absolutely, definitely join Don's group too. And there's a lot of knowledge there. It'll tell you all the different breweries around Chicago, what's on tap, what's new. And it's something I think you're just all going to enjoy.
Well, Don, that's quite a preamble, quite a plug coming into it. How much did you pay him for that? Because he doesn't work that hard for my own shows, So Don, tell us about what your thoughts were when you started that group, and bring us up to speed. How many members you got, and how do you live each day doing what you're doing with this group?
All right. Well, it started out because I live in Westmont, Illinois, and back in 2013, there was a brewery that was starting up called Urban Legend. And I stopped in there and started talking to the guys, and actually helped them out a little bit with helping to weigh and measure grains and stuff. And I got this idea that, maybe we should get a Facebook group about some Chicago area breweries. So it started with that one. And it had like 14 members who were basically just my friends. And as of this morning, we have 10,930 members. And
Wow.
They're from all over the country. In fact, I've got some people from New Zealand, some from England, people that travel to the States, not so much last year, but hopefully in the near future, that can pick up on this stuff again. So it's all basically about promoting our Chicago area breweries, but not just the Chicago area breweries. It's also geared towards people that travel. So if you go somewhere and you see a brewery in Missouri or, Texas or something, they post that too, because people like to see what's out there.
Yeah.
And that's the same with any of the alcoholic products.
Do you find that people, when they go into the breweries, they travel in packs, like 4, 6, 8 people at a time? Or is it more a singular thing where they have a regular crowd? Or, how does that work for the breweries?
Well, in the old days before COVID, you would see places just packed, and you would see them in packs where you'd have 10, 12, 14 people, in groups that would go there. But
Right.
Since COVID, obviously everything has to be, monitored down to size. And it's starting to pick up a little bit again. And I'm sure once everybody gets vaccinated, we should get back to some kind of normalcy.
Yeah, it's interesting that we know, just through the past years, being on the road, that people do that pack mentality. I mean, they look on Saturday night what's going on at the brewery. They want to know if they're cooking food, what kind of specials, or maybe there's a band. But they honestly, it might be an area of people. But the question I have, we know that locally we have people that are going to be going there. Do people travel? I mean, just travel through the Chicago metro area just to go experience new breweries and go to them and enjoy them? And is that something you
Sure.
found pretty popular?
Sure, especially, where people come from out of state to visit family members, and while they're here visiting the members, then they'll look up and see, well, where's a brewery nearby or something like
Yeah.
that. You know, it's
Yeah.
So
craft beer is popular pretty much everywhere right now. It's pretty wild.
so do you have any kind of brewery trails, like designated trails there in the Chicagoland?
Yeah, there's a bunch of different places. The Heritage Trail is one. There's one for the Dixie Highway has another one where you go to different breweries and get little checkpoints. You know, you have a taste of beer, get a checkpoint. They usually have little prizes or something at the end of the thing. It's interesting. The things I missed the most was all the festivals we used to have. We used to have so many festivals during the summer and constantly pouring beer, and that's really hurt the industry because that was pretty good money makers for a lot of these breweries and stuff.
Yeah.
So just to survive through this COVID thing, you got to give them a lot of credit. Got to give credit to the people like that are in my group that look around to see what breweries are open where they can go and do the pickups, and at least try to help support. I know majority of the people I talk to, with COVID going on, I look in my refrigerator and you have to like park the beer to see where the food is because we're all trying to help everyone. We all got beer from so many different breweries, but we're in this together. So
Yeah. It's sort of funny. Go ahead, Rob.
We appreciate the support of everybody, to out there because it takes some extra effort to go to the craft beverage places rather than just going to the local liquor store. And, we really appreciate people doing that. So, we try and encourage that all we can in our group, and I know you do in your group. And, we just appreciate the people taking the time and making the effort.
Yeah, the other thing that I found out, because we're dealing actually, I have in the last 90 days, have had an awareness of how few people are taking Metra today.
right.
You go to the biggest lots. I went to one in Aurora, Naperville, and somebody said it's one of the biggest lots in America for Metra. And you go there, there's nobody there. I mean, nobody's taking the train, and for obvious reasons. I mean, the sharing and the social distancing is hard. And what became just vitally aware is that if we could bring an awareness and we could work with you on this, is that if people are going to, go all the way, a lot of people miss going downtown Chicago for a lot of reasons. I mean, the restaurateurs down there, as we all have, been terrible. But if we could find a way just to get this wave of people from the suburbs, maybe they go downtown, have a nice dinner, and then they come back and have a beer or two as they come back and explore, sort of like a staycation area. I think you're going to see a lot of that, as the economy opens up. So now, are you into brewing yourself, Don?
Oh, I dabbled in it. It's a lot more work than people realize.
Yeah.
And I give a lot of credit to these brewers, and some of the stuff they make is just amazing. And there's so much work involved, and cleanliness was always a big point, but it's even,
Right.
So much more now with COVID and everything like that. 90% of the stuff in a brewery is sanitizing. Maybe 95% of the stuff in a brewery is sanitizing.
Right. Yeah.
Right. I noticed a lot of the craft brewers, I mean, they're putting everything in these beers. I mean, from chocolate to coffee to vanilla to raspberries to whatever. I mean, some really interesting concoctions that you can't imagine till you taste them, and they're absolutely wonderful. But there's a lot of creativity going on, and I think people searching for the leg up to do something different than the next guy, and it's really promoting a lot of creativity.
Well, that's what with my group, it helps a lot because people will say the different brands that are out there and the different styles. And everybody will comment about, okay, it's available here, it's available there, or let's do this or let's do that. And it really helps out. I've learned a ton of stuff about beer I had no idea about before.
Yeah, no, it's great. So you're again, to remind people, your Facebook group is called the Chicago Area Microbreweries.
It's the Chicago Area Microbreweries, and it's nicknamed Camby. And one of the things with us, if you go to a brewery and you check in, if you take a picture, say a few words, you get a raffle ticket. And at the end of the month, I give away usually 8 prizes that are usually $25 or more gift cards to the different breweries in the Chicagoland area. And it's all done on volunteer basis and stuff like that. There's no paid employees or any money that's generated as a profit. It's just trying to give back to the community, just trying to give back to the industry. And it seems to be pretty popular.
That's a great idea. That's a great idea. So, so they take these pictures. Do they post that up in your group then? Is that what they're doing?
Yes. Yeah, you just have to check into the group, check into the brewery you're at, just add a picture, just say a couple words, and then you get a raffle ticket.
Man, that's a great idea.
The only thing that doesn't count is you can't work at the brewery to post it. If somebody works like at Pollyanna or New Whistle, if you go to another brewery and post, then you get a raffle ticket.
It's all about following the rules, sir.
Follow the rules. Gotta be fair.
Got to be fair. It's all that good stuff. Anything we've left out, Don, you want to share with us? Because we really enjoyed being with you today.
No, just join the group and pitch in and help promote the Chicagoland area craft breweries. Like I said, I live in the Westmont area, and I have just one of my go-to breweries down here is Whiskey Hill, which I'm the brewery ambassador for. Wolf Den, Church Street, Black Horizon, New Whistle, Skeleton Key, Miskatonic, Pollyanna. There's also Elmhurst Brewery if you like food. Moore has good beer and food. And even Arrowhead Ales also has very good food, because it's nice to put the combination together. Because when you're drinking, this higher gravity beer, it's nice to have a little food once in a while.
Yeah, no question about it. Well, we want to get all those breweries plugged, and keep us informed. Share with our group, have your people join our group, because our group is about sending you guys people.
Right, and I'll do the same thing. You send me a link to that, and we'll push it right back.
Well, we're going to be done with this. It'll be going up today, and you can share this with your group here probably in about an hour or so, and get that beautiful legacy you got going on there behind the ears. But anyway, Don Hardy of Don Hardy, the Chicago area microbreweries Facebook group. Everybody go join, flood it, visit, drink responsibly. We always want to say responsibly, because we all want to not have a good time, but we also want to be safe and get through COVID. Wear your mask, do all those good things, so that 90 days we're going to be all having a better time. It's getting better now.
Yep.
So anyway, Don, Rob, thank you very much for bringing Don in and doing all that great work. We're going to be getting back on the road. That's Rob Ladd, who is the curator and the admin for our group, the Craft Beverage and Culinary Tour Facebook group. Everybody join it. You're going to find great information. Both groups work symbiotically together, and they're growing great. And it's all about bringing back America, guys. Anyway, it's a hoot.
Nice meeting you guys. Hopefully we can have a beer somewhere down the road.
We'll be there. All right. Thanks a lot.
Easy.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
It's all good.
All right.
Yep.
No end.
Yep.
No end clap.
No, it just says end meeting for all.